Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Elena, and I'm making my own save for The Sims 4, totally according to my personal preferences, which basically means that all of the characters are cuter, they're gayer, and their storylines are just a little bit less, like in some cases, I didn't fix all the storylines, but a little bit less than in 2014-y, which I know that 2014 wasn't that long ago, but it really, makes a difference. So yeah, despite the fact that I don't really love the vampire function in The Sims 4. I don't like worrying about if Count whatever the hell his name is creeping up to my house in the middle of the night. I did really like how the vatores turned out. I already did Lilith. She's posted yesterday, I think. Now we're on to Caleb, who I didn't have as good of a vision for at first, but I really liked the way that he ended up. I tried to keep, because again, part of the concept of this is that I'm making over all the Maxis townies, just to look a little bit better and to be characters that I would actually want to play with in my game. So I'm not changing any names, I'm not changing any of their traits or anything, or their aspirations, and I'm really trying to keep the original look so that if you really do like these characters, you can still play in this save. They just are a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. So for Caleb, as I usually do with Sims, I kept to a basic color palette, which for him was lots and lots of black, and then that fuchsia, that earring that he has, because the things that I really, really already loved about Caleb were the hair, which is just, we'll get to that, but the hair is incredible. So I built a lot of the rest of his look around that, and this earring, this one stake earring. So I made a lot of his, because I wanted to keep that earring so bad, I made a lot of his clothing sort of purpley, which wasn't easy, but I think it was worth it in the end. So he's, my concept for him, he's one of the good vampires, right? The siblings are the good ones. He's ambitious, a foodie, and materialistic. And so the concept that I sort of had for him was that he's, very pop punk, 2009 Brendan Urie, emo kid, but a little high maintenance. Again, I think the vatores have high maintenance in their blood. It just runs through their veins. Their parents were Baroque nobles people or something. So I gave him a lot of the elements that I remember from that sort of era of you know what I'm talking about, that first couple of Ballad of Mona Lisa, Panic at the Disco. Go watch that, and then you'll understand what I'm doing here. Essentially, this haircut, this sounds fake, but my cousin had this exact haircut around 08 or 09. This exact with the spiky bangs and the fushi in the back, and it takes so long to do every morning. And so I grabbed from a lot of the things I remember about the way that he dressed during that era, which was a lot of more androgynous or feminine dress elements. So Caleb's wearing a gown for his formal wear, because that's kind of part of that era, is being rebellious by refusing to adhere to gender norms, which again, right up my alley. And also it just made for a really fun cast experience. So I kept a lot of that the drama, which is inherent to the vampire pack. You can't really make a totally chill, not dramatic vampire. And then just tried to make him as extra as possible. I fixed the eyeliner, which I have a lot of beefs with The Sims 4, as we know, but all of the eyeliners are bad. The new one with the Caribbean pack, or the Caribbean patch, is awesome and actually usable, but so many of them just look anytime you try and adjust the eye shape at all, the eyeliner immediately just looks it looks like when I try and do eyeliner in real life. When I try and do eyeliner in real life drunk, not to be vain, but I can do a better wing than Maxis can. Anyways, so I fixed the eyeliner. I gave him a little bit more makeup than he has, originally. I fiddled with finding, I spent so long filtering for purple and pink clothing, but he does end up just wearing a whole ton of black because, it's emo, that's what they do. I feel he sort of ended up being a lovable high not high maintenance, but like tightly wound dude. He is high maintenance, just to be clear, but like very tightly wound but lovable, and with a really just killer aesthetic. Like, he owns some art galleries. I think I was also pulling from like David Rose from Schitt's Creek, which if you don't watch that, you should also watch that. Everything on my channel is just TV show and movie recommendations. It's fine. But yeah, just that kind of like Lilith and Caleb would be the kind of people you hear about and you're like, oh God, like I hope I never meet them in real life. They sound really mean. And then you meet them and they're actually like really warm and welcoming and nice to you. Like that, you know, that kind of people. Sorry, the cat is over to my right clawing apart a chair and I'm trying to decide if I need to intervene. She left it alone. Anyways, yeah, I gave him a lot of jewelry, a lot of like kind of what if there was more glitter available in The Sims 4, like the Maxis content, he would have been wearing a lot more glitter, but there wasn't a ton. So he does have that kind of like steampunk, if you were on Tumblr in like 2012, you know what I'm talking about, that sort of like lowest common denominator steampunk thing going on. Again, me sorting through the eye makeup for 50 years because I kind of hate most of it. It's one of those things where with the vampires, I could like use a lot of the things I don't normally because so much of like the makeup especially, and even like the clothing options, depending on like what pack they're from, are too, like I could never put them on my like normal people Sims, but when I have a Sim where I'm like, all right, so they're undead, like there's just a lot more freedom there. So I don't know, like, what is he gonna like wear the sunglasses so that he can go swimming during the day? No, he'd still die, but it was just fun to throw that on there. Plus the shirt just called to me. I also spent, I think, I don't even know how long, going back and forth deciding if I wanted his hair to be black or brown, because like if you were going to commit to this emo aesthetic back in the olden days, you didn't have to dye your hair black, but like it wasn't as essential to the vibe as it was to, say, being like goth or like pre-pop punk emo. But it really just ended up vibing. Like if he has this stake earring, which I guess he's wearing just to like flex, like he's like, I'm not afraid or something. But if he has like this stake earring and like this very Victorian, like overdone clothing style and everything, he's not going to stop at dyeing his hair, all right? And since he's a vampire, it would be like he doesn't have to wait for it to grow out or anything. I guess now that I think of it, like he would only have that hair specifically, but maybe like vampire hair doesn't get damaged from dyeing. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it's like you can use the snakeskin pants for this guy. Like you can just, it's great. Have you ever seen the Welcome to the Black Parade music video? Like, yeah, Gerard Way in a band uniform kind of shit is what we're going for with Caleb. I've talked long enough. I know there's a minute left in the video, but I'm basically just fiddling with his vampire self, which I didn't know what to do with those. I haven't played with the options very much, which I guess I might have to do. But this is him just having a stressed face. Like, I think his whole vampire face is just like, I try so hard to moisturize, and then as soon as I get hungry, I just turn into this bullshit. Because he uses La Mer products. I don't know. This is Caleb. I hope you like him. I like him a lot. If you want to download him, he'll be in the gallery under Elena D97. Elena is spelled the way that it is in my username. I'll get around to putting him up there eventually, but if you have any requests for which town needs to do next, or if you have any, again, I love doing TV showcasts. Otherwise, I will just keep posting whatever comes to mind. I appreciate you. I hope you appreciate you. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.